won't be sleeping on it there tonight. I'm just, it's going to be where I'm sitting. It's going to be my sitting spot. The fire won't be there either, it'll be out front, over near that log there. The wind is coming that way. The wind is coming this way towards me. But it's supposed to change later and blow through here. It's supposed to go across this way and over out towards there. In the time this is a tree instead, it was a bad idea. It means you can't go near it, you'll have to go through. I mean, I won't be going that side anyway. All the wood is over there, all the firewood. Now watch out for that. These are reflective. I'll have my headlamp on later. These ropes are reflective rope. So yeah, it's not a bad setup. That took me 50 minutes, believe it or not, 50 minutes to set up. It took way longer than I thought it would. It's because of the wind. The wind's died down now, but it was blowing like crazy a couple of minutes ago and things gone everywhere. Didn't get a handle on it. But it's fine now. I'm not using my Prusik knots. I'm just actually tying it out normally to the tree. Yeah, and I can use those bits afterwards as well. I can, recycle that rope over there. But it's pretty taut and nice, and it should make for a nice shelter to sit under. If it rains later, which it might not, but I like having the cover anyway. Yeah, you can set up the tent now. The tent is going up on the tripod. So the tent is going on a tripod. Hopefully this doesn't take 50 minutes. Let me show this here. The tent is going to hang from this, okay? It's a good idea sometimes if you can do it. So I'm going to drop the camera down here and actually show this. So what I have here is, I'm all sideways and cracky. Excellent, that's just what I want. So yeah, it's just like a piece of string. Where is it? Yeah, and what you do is you just put a series of knots. It's two pieces of string together. Put a knot at one end there like that. And then it loops through on the other end of the actual tent that you're going to hang from. And I have a knot halfway down. That knot halfway down there is where I need to tie off the top of the tent, if that makes sense. And all you do is you use a little twig, and you use a little twig in between here to hold it in place for the moment, because you're always going to be readjusting it when you do. So let me show you. This doesn't make any sense, but I'll show it to you now. Go up there. Can you see the top of that? Can you see this? The thing is hanging down there. Sorry, my tripod is a small tripod, so it won't go any higher than this. Oh yeah, no. It actually will go higher than this. Yeah, that's how I suppose. Right there. So I'm going to be hanging it from there. And this is a little twig. I can use a twig to stick through the thing, so it holds it temporarily in place. I know because I already measured that's actually to there. So that's going to hold it through. It's going to hold it in there, so you can see, like, then I just pop that out later on when I need to. You see that there? Yeah, I can pop that there out later on, because it may not be exactly that height, it might be lower again. We'll hold it in place while I stake the rest of it out, and then I can adjust this rope as needed. So yeah, a little bushcraft trick, and it does work. What are they called? Toggles. They call them toggles. Canadians, Americans, they call these toggles. Use a little toggle on your line. And they do work. They work amazingly well. Rather than tying a knot, I mean having to undo the knot, take the time, you just pull the twig out and then the rope can be adjusted. Alright, tent's done. It's pretty tight. I did bring stakes with me this time, I remembered, but I used the ground. I made my own stakes because it's just better. You know, they're 8-9 inches into the ground. They're much better, and the tent's a lot taller. So as you can see, they go much better. Let's get a shot of the camp. There's my X. Love that X. We get a long shot of the camp here. What's it look like? But you can't really see it all, can you? No. Should have thought about this. What's going to be in my line of view? See, if only I was a better filmographer. There. That one's not bad. Oh, I wish I'd get the axe in the picture. I can't, it's too far away. Yeah, that's not bad, I suppose. Anyway, it's dinner time. I'm not going to do a fire. I'm going to use the alcohol stove, heat up some water. I'm having rehydrated noodles for lunch. Pot noodle for lunch. I've got the last of the tent set up here. There's a lot of pine cones and pine needles. I cleaned off one side of it, but the far side is actually really full of pine needles and stuff. So I'm going to use my grill over here as a scraper to scrape them all out. Let's see if it works. Might not. I grabbed the big stuff, but the smaller stuff might get through, but it's only the big stuff I'm going to get rid of anyways. That worked amazingly well. I can't believe how well that worked actually. So go on grill, the great grate. The great grate. I'm proud of the great grate. To steal Matthew Pose's term. Look at that. That's incredibly clear in there. You can't see it. I'll set up a torch later so you can actually see inside. That's very it's one of the flattest places I've ever slept on, or will be. It's pretty good. I cleaned it right out, got all the big stuff out. It's good. I'm happy with that. That is all set up. Everything get ready to loft, everything lofting, which is cool. Got the obligatory, wardrobe tree over here. That's that table thing that I made last time. And all my gear bomb. It's all going in the bag, bags going in the tent. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, a bowl of noodles, chill out for a while, and then go cutting firewood. That's the plan. You see, in my beard. You shave. Shave bad. There's the tent. There's everything. And yeah. Still have plenty of time. I got here early, which is pretty cool. Early enough for me. And it'll only take me so much wood around this area, like there always is why I come here so often. So about half an hour, 40 minutes to gather wood. So I have about an hour to chill out. I set up, took longer than I thought it would, but yeah, now I can just rest for a while, have some food, cup of tea. Might just do a little set it on a fire outside. I might just do use the alcohol stove in the tent to boil the water, and I'll film it. Why not? It's cozy in there. Alright, see you later. Put all my gear bomb inside the tent. It's all my food and drink and torches for later, torches and headlamps. Switched over the obligatory wardrobe tree over here to have it closer to my knife. Love that knife. And my saw and my axe. I've got the best tools. They're expensive, but the good stuff is worth it. I'm sure you've seen me do this a million times before. Here's the tin that I'm going to use, just an old John West tuna can. Use that to put the alcohol in. Is that actually? First thing I reach for, excellent. That was a blind reach. Then you take your stick, you sharpen off one end of your stick like so, so it goes into the dirt, and you put a little notch there that will hold, that part of your kettle, kind of thing, like this. It's going to sit on that notch, like so. Sorry for my bad camera work. So that goes up there, that goes there, sits on it like that. Goes into the ground, and then you use your other piece. Where's it gone? Have we lost it? No, I forgot to bring it in. 1 second. Tried to get something with a kind of a forky shape on it, like that. That you're then going to use to brace underneath it so that it actually holds it. Kind of like that way. See? That part's in the ground. That'll hold it. Should probably actually sharpen that off a little bit more. So that goes, this might be too big. We'll try it. We'll try it as is. tea time. Kettle boiling time. And that there is all there is to it. And just leave that for 8 minutes and you'll have boiling water. I'm going to close the tent because the wind is coming in from one side, it's wrecking the flame. So I'm going to close the tent up. I'm going to stay inside with the tent, obviously, just in case anything goes wrong. And that'll be boiled in about 8 minutes. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Sorry, it's darker in here because I have the door closed. Alright. A little bit better. Anyway, quick word about this. The flame is moving around there because it's windy. You can't see it, it's mostly at the back of it now. You'll see it come around the side and so on. The thing about this is when it's windy like that, right, and the flame's moving around, you want about an inch gap, 1 inch between the can and the bottom of the kettle. I've noticed that. It's better to do it that way, it boils quicker. It takes 7-8 minutes anyway. And when it's not windy, you want it to be about 2 inches. So about a 2-inch gap between the can and the thing, because the flame goes up straighter. And I think it's actually because when it's windy, the flame moves around so much. See, it's moving around each side. It just keeps doing that stuff. And I think that's the reason why. It's been going for about 5 minutes now, and I can faintly hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a little noise being made, and I'd say it's going to be boiling in about 3 minutes. Hopefully. And if I didn't put enough alcohol in, you just top it up. Well, not top it up. If you top it up, you'll burn the whole tent down. But you let it go out, and then fill it up again and start again. Yeah, can you hear it? I'll come back to you when it's actually boiling. I'm dying for a cup of tea. Don't know if you can hear it, but it's starting to boil. You put the bottle over there to as a little bit of a wind blocker. That is starting to boil now. Can you hear it? Yeah, I check on it. I check on it. We're boiling. Yeah, already boiling. I'll leave it for just a little bit longer. And then it's tea and noodles time. And it's raining. Right, so I was filming there, and then the camera just failed. The card reader was like, oh, this cannot be read. I hate when this stuff happens. I made like a 4-minute clip and it didn't work. So anyway, sugar, this is what you missed. Sugar, cup, boiled water, milk, brought a hot chocolate for later. We'll be boiling some milk later. Pot noodle. Not actually a pot noodle, it's an Aldi rip-off. 95¢. That's going to be my lunch. I also have half a sandwich with me. So the end of this is going to be like soupy and stuff. And when the end of this is soupy, I can dip my sandwich into it. And yeah, well, you know how it goes. I don't want to be too generous with the water because I need the water. But there's my thing. See the steam coming off. So like, I really love having hot drinks out here in cold weather. It just feels so nice. I don't know why, but it does. You hear people who drink wine. Like people who drink wine are always saying, like, I don't drink wine, I hate it. But people who do are always saying like wine tastes better on a hot day and all this stuff, you know. Maybe that has something to do with it, I don't know. But powder. There's powder all over me. That's the soy sauce thing. I'll add that later. I hope I remember to bring my fork or I'm going to be eating with a spoon. I don't want to eat with a spoon. I brought way too many tea bags, like 10 tea bags or something. I really don't need that. And way too much sugar as well. Alright, here goes the cup of jab. Barely enough. I'll get a little bit more out of that, but yeah, it's still a cup of tea. Imagine I spilled it. Oh my god, I'd die. Yeah, so a cup of tea. I turn this so I can put down. And you can see into the cup. There's my cup of tea. Please, in the name of God, do not spill. If that spilled over, I'd cry. I really would cry. And I had 2 halves of sugar, so I don't know why. It's like 1 sugar, but I always do it in, okay, that was a little bit more. It's going to be a sweet one. Sugar everywhere. Careful how I stir this now. This is such a delicate operation. Yeah, at home you wouldn't care, but here, so precious. It took more like 10 minutes to boil. And always, I reckon when you're out here, you should always get one that has a lid, you know, one that actually closes. Because if you don't do that, you know, you're asking for trouble, I think. Because at least if it spills over now, only a droplet would, I mean when it's closed, only a droplet would actually be lost. I'll turn that beautiful golden brown colour. Oh yeah, baby. It's actually a very full cup of tea. So in this weather as well, you know, the milk is still cold. Like, you don't need to preserve the milk. It just, I mean, you couldn't have it for more than a day, but you're only here for, noodle. But yeah. And that's closed. Incidentally, I'll be rinsing out this cup. This is also when I'm drinking my alcohol out of later, so. Oh, it's so good. It's just so good. I like it. Right, let's take this outside. Alright. Here we are. I'll go for my tea on the ground there. Sit down here, pot noodle. It's the rest of my grub for today. Let me pop that camera out. Can you see me? You sort of can. You see where I need you to see. Pot noodle, hot food. Hot cup of tea. It's not really hot food, I mean it's instant noodle crap, but yeah. Tasty. Won't go wrong for 95 cents. I wish I had a table thingy to put my. I never had a camping table, the fold-out ones. They're a waste of time. You can always find something to use if you're willing to. You can cut a stump or find a stump. But I have time to look for one yet today, so I have about 2 hours till it gets dark. So the rest of my food with me, I have so I've got half a sandwich here that's going to go along with this, which is basically lunch. There's my half a sandwich. That's a wrap. Half a sandwich. That's a wrap. Later on, I'm going to be cooking on the fire. I have my hot chocolate, my Cadbury's quality hot chocolate. These are really good. I haven't had one in ages. It'll be nice around the fire when it gets cold. Some mayonnaise, some great cheese, and those 2 things there are 2 burgers that I'm going to be cooking on. I'm going to chop the burgers up. I also brought McDonald's ketchup, 2 of them. So I'm going to cook the burgers, chop them up, and make a chicken, cheese, and mayo wrap, basically. Sorry, not chicken, burger, mayo, cheese wrap, because it's 2 big beef burgers. It should be enough. Normally I would eat 2 of them, but I'm going to just have 1. And it's a sandwich with a piece of cheese on it, brown bread. That's going to go into this noodle thing later. Anyway, cheers. Oh, it's so good. So tasty. Actually, the top off my lunchbox is a really good table, or platform to put stuff on. It's rude to talk when you're eating, so I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm do it all the time. I'm gonna like it and get lost. And skip this part of the video. These are so tasty. They're so bad for you. They're full of salt and E numbers and all that crap, full of sugar. So I'm told. Nobody ever says anything good about them, but they are amazing, good, instant out of nowhere food. Anyway. Yeah, a similar thing they put on like soldiers who were doing recon missions and stuff. Or like instant noodles with that powder and stuff, just to it's for instant energy kind of thing. Can't really fault it in that regard. Fishy. real pot noodles are a rip-off. Those things are like, they're double the price of this stuff. These things are way bad. I can't taste any difference. It's not like it's better quality or anything. These are the same. So I much prefer these to the normal pot noodle, because like, you know, the way some products, like I buy from Aldi, Lidl, it's always cheaper. It's a rip off. You know, they have like the M&Ms, they call it like Chocums or whatever, but they're nowhere near as nice. The M&Ms are way nicer. This is one of these examples, I think, where it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because they're basically the same kind of taste. You know, there's not much of a difference. So. Oh, it's so good. I'm kind of like 3 meals in one. Have noodles. And I'm gonna have soup and half sandwich, because there'll be soup left in the end of this thingy. You know, there'll be soup in the end of it. Anyway, you don't want to sit there watching me eating, so I'm going to cut off the video now. There's nothing else to do except to get firewood, get a fire going, cook my burgers. The grease from the burgers will put out I'm going to cook it and just leave it there and heat it up later on the coals. Just cook it to get it out of the way. I need a small fire first and then a big fire. It'll be dark in 2 hours. Take me about an hour to get a firewood, cut it, chop it, all the rest. I'll film some of that, but you've seen it all before. Yeah, and then yeah, really the main thing now is just to have something to eat, and then crack open the drink and sit and chill by the fire. It's going to be cold, it's going to be pretty windy, 25k winds, so yeah, but I'll just be chilling out here by the fire. I don't know where to put the fire yet. There's a couple of stones I found over there, so I'll be able to make half a thing to keep that root. That's the root, you can't see that, but that there, the big one there, that's the root from that tree there that I've tied off to. So I need to be careful, I don't want to damage the root, you know, because it's an old tree, it's been there a long time. I think I'll have to fire it out. You could have, probably better idea to have it over that side actually, because the wind is going this way, it's blowing towards me here, and I did that purposely because that's north and right behind me is south, and that's east and that's west. And then the wind, it said on the forecast that the wind is coming from a south-westerly direction, which so far it is. But like the saying goes, you know, changes like the wind, changes like the weather. It could easily change. The forecasts are so wrong, or so fickle. So it could easily change very quickly. But for the moment, it is doing what it says it does. Thought I saw something move behind me on the camera screen. In real life. Oh yeah, it wasn't. Or it could have been a bird or something, but yeah. Anyway, I'm broadcasting live feed. Don't attack. I'll check back in when it's time to cook. See if I can. In my tent, in my bag, of course, Tentio. See you later. Because it is cold, I think it's going to be a cold night, so I'm going to wrap up warm. I also brought 2 sleeping bags, so I'm going to be plenty warm when I go to bed. Just not sure about the fire, how long it'll burn for. I do have a good bit of firewood, let me show it to you. You see that down there? Put the screen back. Flip this out. So yeah. So there's a good bit there. Smaller, medium, that kind of medium pile in the middle there. That's actually, there's a lot more at the back of it as well that you can't really see. It's all there. And those are the ones there, those ones there are the split logs and so on. I'd say it's a 4-hour fire, but I could get 5 hours out of it if I let it die down, then build it back up. Do it in kind of 2 portions kind of thing. Use half of each, you know, the small, the medium. It's kind of like small, medium, large, and then split logs. so I could do that. It took me about an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes to get all them together. But even splitting the logs was so much of an effort. My lower back was killing me. Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm just getting tired so much quicker. Also, I'm up since 6 o'clock this morning. So it was an early day. That's why I got here so early as well. I had work to do this morning. I was working from home, so I did that, and then I ran out then at lunchtime. Yeah, I think this, like, I always estimate what the fire is, and then it turns out it's usually a little bit longer, so I'm going to say that's 4 hours. It could be more like 4.5, and I'll see if I can stretch that. It just depends how I feel. I'm also not opposed to just getting into the tent, getting into the sleeping bag, having my torch on, reading one of my books on my phone. I have a series of, like PDF book things on my phone, reading one of them, and having the last 2 or 3 drinks while I'm in bed. That doesn't sound too shabby. But of course, like I always say, I heard a dog barking there. I'm pretty sure I heard a dog. Flip this up. Flip this up. I'm blind. Oh, look at it. And I go, bro. I like that better. I like the shadow around the edges. But yeah, like I always say, the best thing about being out here is the fire. I made a video. Actually, I haven't uploaded it, but I made a video. I built a fire pit in my back garden, and last Friday? No, last Saturday. So 6 days. Tonight is Friday. So 6 days. It's the 20th of December, by the way. It's 5 days before Christmas. Yeah, Christmas is on Wednesday. So yeah, I got my own. It's weird. We had a storm. Now, I made a video about this, but I don't know if I might splice some of it into this video. Actually, I could splice some of it into this video for the fun, just so you can see. But we had a big storm last week. Storm Dara ripped through us. On my local park where I live, the council went in. They cut down a lot of trees that were hanging down. So I just went to the park, and there was all these cut down trees, all stacked up, waiting for the council to come and collect them, which they probably haven't done yet. They'll probably do it in the new year, So it was all this firewood. I was like, hey, So I went in with my saw, and I chopped it, and I took it like one of those really tough big Lidl bags, the big huge ones. I filled it up, and I brought it home. I didn't get through it all. We had I said we had like a 4-hour fire or something like that, but it still didn't get through it all. I still have wood at home. So yeah, I bought a fire dish, got bricks that we have in the house around the garden and so on, like cement blocks, like cinder blocks, built a fire pit, put the dish down so it doesn't burn the slabs at the bottom of the garden, and had a fire. So I'll splice some of it if I remember to. I'll splice some of it into this video so you can see. It was 6 days ago. It was pretty cool, actually. I think I made it on my phone, so everything I filmed was on my phone, so it's going to look a bit different than this footage, But I'll splice it anyway, and you can see what it looks like. It's pretty cool, So, but then I was saying, I was saying to my friends, my girlfriend, and so on. I was like, I'll probably never go camping again, because the best thing about it is the fire, and now I have a fire in my back garden. But of course, that's not true. The best thing about this is the fire. I love sitting out at the fire and having a drink and so on. And my mind just wanders out here, peace and quiet. Your own little quiet place, and you don't own it. It's not yours. I was hearing things out in the dark, probably a fox. But yeah, but the fire is the best part of it. But obviously there's a lot of other things that I really like as well. So I'll be doing them. I'm not going to give up camping yet. No way, Jose. Especially winter camping, because it's my favourite. I love winter camping. Eventually you get too old for it. You won't be able to deal with the cold, or you probably will, but it's going to have an adverse effect on your health, so it's probably not worth doing. But in the meantime, get it while you can. Remember Joe Robinette said that. Anybody watching this, if you watch these kind of videos, you probably know who Joe Robinette is. Canadian guy. Recently had a very tragic accident, and he's in a bad way. He's gone through rehab and stuff because he has problems, nerve damage and stuff with his. He was in a scrambler accident. Anyway, he said, do it while you can. He was on one canoe trip, and he was like, I think he was 30. He just celebrated his 38th or 39th birthday or something. He was about to turn 40 or whatever. And he's like, just get out and do it while you can, which is true, because you don't have long. You're not young forever. That's a fact. So you might as well get out and do it while you can. That's what I'm doing here. So yeah. Anyway, gonna have another drink. Gonna start this fire, and we're I'll check back in when the fire is burning, because I always do, which is nice. When the fire is burning, it's a nice glow. Let you know if anything transpires, and otherwise what I'll do is, if I remember, I'll splice in that other back garden video and me actually cutting the logs in my local park. So it'll only be about a minute long kind of thing, but I'll put it in at the very end of the video. And otherwise, if nothing else happens, I'll just check back in tomorrow morning. If I do decide to cook, I'll probably film some of that too, but who knows, I may not do. So yeah, I hope everybody out there has a very nice Christmas, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, because I will be uploading this video after Christmas, so it'll already be Christmas by the time you see this, even though it is the 20th of December. It's 5 days before Christmas. The Friday before Christmas, the nightmare before Christmas, the Friday before Christmas. But yeah, I'll happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you're all having fun, safe, warmer than I am right now. Well, it's a back garden fire anyway. Can't control the wind. Tried to put that brick up here to try and stop some of the wind, and I've ran out of bricks now. So, but it's very windy, and the flames are going everywhere. But it's very dried out wood, and there's not a lot of smoke. I don't know if you can see, but there's not a lot of smoke. I think it'll be fine as long as the wind tapers off a bit, hopefully. Anyway, hope you're having a good eve. Right, so here's something I never filmed before. I'm about to get changed into my thermals on my gear. That yellow bag there is my dry bag. See that there? My dry bag. I think it's a 2.5 litre, maybe 3 litre bag. That's all I need. Everything goes with your thermals wrapped down so small. I've also got my extra socks in there. See there? Extra socks in my jumper, my snood, and so on. I'm not going to film me actually getting changed, but when you cut, well, when you see this next, it will have already been changed. Now here's the problem with this. I'm going to be so cold for like 1 minute. I'm going to be absolutely freezing. But there's really no getting around it, so I have to do it because it's so freaking cold out here. Alright, I'll check back in a sec. Okay, so I'm all changed now. That was an effort. It was really cold. My hands are freezing. I have to get this fire going to warm my hands up. Cotton gloves. Work gloves are saturated. You can't wear them. Cotton gloves are not cutting it. My hands are so cold. So I need to get a fire going pretty quickly. I remember camping this time last year. 2 days earlier, it was the 18th of December. It was nowhere near this cold. This is there's a crazy amount of cold right now. It's, you know, Irish weather. It's real damp cold. I got my thermals on, got everything else on, snood included, snooder. Spare hat. I forgot I brought a spare hat here. Oh, now you can't see anything. There we go. I brought my spare hat and so on, just in case, you know, don't want to lose a hat, which I have done. In this weather, it's not nice. I still have my socks here. I haven't actually changed my socks. I'm leaving that till before I go to bed because it's such a nice feeling. I love changing into a new fresh pair. Actually, have a double pair. And one of them are a thermal pair. I'll just put the thermal. I won't wear both of them. I always bring a spare. I always bring 2 pairs of socks and 2 pairs of boxers always, because they wrap up so small in the bottom of that dry bag. It is here, which is almost empty. Actually, I'll put the hat back in. That goes in, and I'll put the socks in too. My 2 socks, my thermals. You probably couldn't see that, but yeah, 2 socks and thermals. Oh, sorry, 2 socks, 1 pair of thermal, and my hats in too. And I also still have my spare hoodie. I need it to go over there, but I don't think I will. Once this fire gets going, it should be okay. But the difference putting on the long underwear makes it unbelievable. Like, you know, yeah, the thermals. Like, basically, it's a 2-piece, not a 1-piece. So there's a long t-shirt and thermals. But the long t-shirt, I got an extra size bigger. I bought them 2 separate things, and I got an XXL on them, and I cut the sleeves, but it's so that the bottom of it goes. When I put it on, it's like a house coat. It goes down to, you know, my thighs. So I just tuck it right down, because all the moving around right here, it'll come loose. You know, it'll come up at the back, and you'll feel the draft. So that's what I do anyway. The difference is unbelievable. I'm already feeling it right now. My hands are freezing, but everywhere else is immediately warm. just bounces the heat back off you. It's incredible. Anyway, we're starting the fire now. Check in a few minutes. So, bye. Ooh. Well, there's the fire so far. A lot more to add to it. I don't know if you can see that over there, but there's a lot over there. Yeah, it's going to be a 4-hour, maybe a 5-hour fire. It's going to be cool. It's really good. Whoa. See, can you see me? Okay. It's the morning after, the next day. I have to pack up really quickly and leave. It's nice, a good trip. That's a tent flapping behind me there. Probably an annoying sound. Yeah, it rained last night, rained heavily. I turned the chair over because when I came out this morning there was a puddle of water on the chair. I turned the chair over. It's down on the ground there. Yeah, it's beard. Yeah, gotta pack up, gotta leave. It's a nice night. I have a big hole in my trousers that you won't be able to see because my trousers are black, and the thermal underwear I'm wearing are black, so you can't see the hole really. But a big hot rock flew straight off the fire and landed on me. And then I smelled smoke a couple of minutes later. Looked down and was like, oh my god, and I smacked it off. And yeah, my favourite camping trousers have a big hole in them, which is not cool. That's unfortunately that's the camp life for you. Lasted a long time. I've had these like 2 years and they've always been great. Wearing them basically every video. I actually have 3 pairs of them. I have 3 pairs, different sizes. They all fit. They're just slightly longer. Ordered from Amazon, you know. Gotta get the sizes right. I gotta pack up, gotta leave. I'll do a last shot of the campsite when it's cleared and all cleaned up. See you later. Thanks for watching. So yeah, it was a good trip, and thanks for watching. See you later. We got a dash.